knowledge. All knowledge is partial, and this partiality is not a limitation, but a condition of existence. The artist must learn to inhabit partial knowing without resolving it into certainty. Meaning shifts as relation shifts, distance alters significance before content changes. The self is not constant, it moves with its relation to things, light and distance. Time is not external to perception, it is generated by changing distances between subject and object. Distance is not quantitative but qualitative. It transforms identity. To move ever slightly in space is to become other. Objects do not change, relations to them change, and thus their meaning changes. Objects do not change, relations to them change, and thus their meaning changes. Perception is a function of relational displacement, not objective measurement. Distance produces difference before it produces scale. Distance produces difference before it produces scale. Seeing is never direct, it is always the perception of a residue. The object is never seen, only the trace of its appearance in consciousness is seen. Realism does not copy objects, but copies the memory of perception. Every act of seeing is already past at the moment it occurs. To see is to mourn what cannot be fully grasped. Signs are inherently unstable, they emerge and disappear without final fixation. No artwork achieves permanence. Stability is an illusion imposed after the fact. Meaning is not preserved but continually reconstituted in time. The past exists only as unstable residue within the present. Vision is always a conflict between optical measurement and affective experience. Optical connection cannot eliminate affective perception. What is seen correctly is always violated by what is felt. The artist's vision persists against correction because perception is irreducibly subjective. Measurement is not objective, it is conditioned by affective relation. Representation is fundamentally impossible yet unavoidable. What appears long cannot be translated into actual spatial equivalents on the canvas. Perspective fails because it attempts to reconcile incompatible spaces. Every act of depiction is already a translation that has occurred before the artist begins. Art is not copying, but composing the impossibility of copying. Art is not copying, but composing the impossibility of copying. Relation is never stable. It is always suspended, interrupted, or collapsing. One position cannot be translated into another without loss. All communication occurs across irreducible gaps. Relation is not given, but constantly renegotiated. The failure of relation is the condition for its renewal. To see freely is to see without correcting perception to fit prior knowledge. If something appears small at a distance, it is small within perception. Knowledge imposes imagined corrections that distort actual seeing. Freedom of vision requires resisting the imposition of objective scale. What is seen is never fully owned by the one who sees it. Art can only be spoken of indirectly. The meaning of an artwork exceeds any direct description of it. Relation itself is timeless. Relation itself is themless. It appears only through indirect articulation. To approach art is to approach what cannot be directly said. Failure is not the opposite of success, but its condition. Weak works reveal the truth of strong ones. Hidden failures persist within visible success. Knowledge emerges not from mastery, but from the exposure to inadequacy. Reality recedes as it approaches. Every unveiling reveals another veil. Progress towards understanding increases distance from what is sought. The object of knowledge withdraws in proportion to the effort to grasp it. Human existence is structured as being for others. The self is constituted through its visibility to others. Art stages this condition by presenting figures that address an unseen viewer. Meaning emerges in the tension between visibility and absence. Art does not present reality, it presents the residue of relation. What is shown is not the thing, but the failure to fully show it. The power of art lies in revealing that seeing is incomplete. Art is the stabilization of instability, the form of unresolved relation. Art is the stabilization of instability, the form of unresolved relation. We cannot share the same space. Our sense of community is made of broken analogy. We cannot share the same space. Our sense of community is made of broken analogy. The closer you get to the thing, the further it moves away, as though the form itself of the person always exceeds what the person is. A gesture does not express relation, it produces it. The figure addresses the spectator not by inclusion but by distance. Relation is established not through entry into the figure, but through the impossibility of entering it. A gesture invites, but does not admit. The more strongly the body of the viewer resonates with the figure, the more its otherness is affirmed. Identification is not fusion, but tension. To feel oneself in the figure is simultaneously to feel oneself excluded from it. Identification intensifies separation rather than abolishing it. The experience of being like the figure is the experience of not being it. The self is confirmed in the very act of failing to coincide with the other. The self is confirmed in the very act of failing to coincide with the other. Spectatorship is structured by spatial incompatibility. No two viewers occupy the same space, even when standing side by side. Community is not shared presence, but fractual analogy. Community is not shared presence, but fractured analogy. Viewing is always solitary, even when collective. The space of art is a space no one can enter. Every invitation in art is paired with withdrawal. The artwork offers hospitality that is simultaneously denied. The space opened by the work is structurally uninhabitable. The space opened by the work is structurally uninhabitable. The viewer is drawn into a place that has no place. Relation is sustained by the oscillation between access and refusal. Art exposes the experience of entering the not I. The viewer is displaced into a space that cannot belong to them. The encounter with the artwork is an encounter with irreducible alterity. The not I is not outside the self, but produced within the act of perception. The cube is not an object, but a condition of perception. To move around the object is not to enter it. Rotation produces access without arrival. The object is fully visible, yet never fully accessible. The ground of the object is always hidden by the act of viewing it. Every object multiplies into facets that cannot be unified. Each viewpoint excludes all others. The totality of perspectives does not produce total vision. Seeing is always partial and mutually exclusive across positions. The whole is not the sum of views, but their irrevocability, their irreconcilability. Presence is inseparable from absence. Presence is inseparable from absence. What appears is sustained by what withdraws. What appears is sustained by what withdraws. The artwork exists in the fold between presence and absence. Relation is suspended in the fold. The logic of art is not synthesis but contradiction. Art operates under the logic of neither affirmation nor negation. It is neither freedom nor constraint, neither inclusion nor exclusion. Contradictory states coexist without resolution. Meaning is generated through unresolved opposition. The work resists all dialectical closures. The cage both protects and destroys. Confinement is inseparable from exposure. Transparency does not eliminate imprisonment. The invisible structure is the most binding. To see the cage is already to be inside it. Form is not meaning, but the condition for its emergence and collapse. Style both reveals and conceals its own operation. Formal structures impose blindness while reproducing intelligibility. What is visible in form is inseparable from what is obscures. Style is the simultaneous display of meaning and blindness. Violence does not belong to the subject but to form itself. The act of representation generates violence. Form exceeds the person it represents. Representation displaces the subject it seeks to capture. The figure is produced through a tension that threatens its own dissolution. Every form contains a kernel of tension that sustains its existence. This tension is not expressive but structural. Without this contained violence, the figure would collapse. Existence itself requires a force of cohesion against integration. Existence itself requires a force of cohesion against disintegration. The distinction between living and dead is located in the act of looking. The eye is not an organ, but a relation. A represented eye does not guarantee presence. The illusion of life in art depends on the transmission of looking, not imitation. The living gaze is always mediated and never fully present. What is fully known ceases to astonish. Art becomes inert when it is completely understood. The unknown resides not in the object but in the other person. Panic arises from the irreducible unknowability of others. The viewer is more unsettling than the artwork. Perception oscillates between complacency and terror. To fix perception is to lose it. To lose perception is to confront its instability. Neither condition resolves the tension of seeing. Art and science share a single aim: to attempt understanding. Success and failure are secondary to the act of inquiry. Understanding is never complete, only continually attempted. The human being is defined by the unfinished effort. Relation emerges from its own breakdown. Understanding is constructed within uncertainty. The unknown is not eliminated, but incorporated into knowledge. Every relation contains an element of appropriation and loss. To relate is to inhabit indeterminacy. To relate is to inhabit indeterminacy. Transience is not an attribute of things, but the condition of their appearance. To perceive anything is already to lose it. Awareness converts presence into memory as the instant of its occurrence. All perception is therefore nostalgia in real time. The desire to hold what is fleeting is the origin of art. All perception is therefore nostalgia in real time. The desire to hold what is fleeting is the origin of art. Art is the attempt to trap what cannot be trapped. Every act of representation is a failure that must be repeated. The more precise the attempt, the more evident the impossibility. Success in art is indistinguishable from the refinement of failure. The work exists not as capture, but as the trace of repeated attempts to capture. Sensation exists only in flux. To fix is to destroy it. A fixed sensation ceases to be sensation and becomes an object. The task of art is not to stabilize sensation, but to render its instability visible. Form must contradict appearance in order to convey experience. The truth of sensation lies in its fugitivity. The truth of sensation lies in its fugitivity. Space is not empty but dense with perception. Space is not empty but dense with perception. Atmosphere is tangible as mass. The boundary between object and space is indeterminate. Form and space interpenetrate rather than oppose one another. The visible world is a continuous field, not a collection of discrete objects. Distance is constitutive of perception. Objects are always experienced as there, never here. Perception encodes distance into form. Elongation, distortion, and scale are not stylistic deviations but perceptual truths. The object is inseparable from its distance from the observer. Contour is not given but inferred. The boundary of a thing is always uncertain. To define a contour is to falsify it. The true form of an object is unknowable in its totality. Art reveals the unknowability by refusing to close the form. Sculpture cannot rely on the assumption of volume. Volume is not a fact, but an appropriation, even an approximation. Sculpture must acknowledge that volume is an unknown quantity. Painting and sculpture converge when both abandon certainty of form. The difference between media collapses in the face of perceptual individuality. Every perception is anamorphic. The seen object is already distorted by viewpoint. Form encodes the conditions of its viewing. The object belongs to an imaginary distance independent of its physical location. Perception is always perspectival, never absolute. Every artwork constructs a space that isolates its contents. The cage is thus three-dimensional equivalent of the pictorial frame. The figure exists within a defined perceptual field, not in neutral space. Spatial confinement is the condition of visibility. To frame is to produce a world.